something in women that can affect men also that links that prostate. So you have to take care of us. Do you understand?
So now for so that
I know some men are happy. Mind yourself. All right. This prostate that is in men is just a little above the bag that carries water, which is called bladder. All right, if you do your hand like this, every man, and you hold here, that is the size of the prostate when you are small, when you are 20 years, 30 years. But when you begin to get to 40, 50 years, it will begin to grow big a little. If you are lucky, it will begin to grow, and it will not change and become cancer. Cancer means any child, like in your home, any child that he doesn't listen to papa, he doesn't listen to mama, he doesn't listen to brother, he doesn't listen to sister, he's on his own. He say, come back. He say, Daddy, I'm not coming. That is cancer. He behaves as if he's the owner of himself.
Ebo, akwenye mfoni so, keme di nyong mba, nyes rokbon troka, ado usan mfono, bet umuni aga mfoni so, anye makbon troka, anye tongon mun fenesio. Because
you are a man, there is something in you which is called a hormone, men's hormone, which is produced in your body that will help you to make children, that will help you to be a man. You see how my voice is doing? Her voice is doing. It is this hormone in me that makes me talk so big like this. So you cannot deny it. That hormone is called testosterone.
Abantumi kidema wuden ke aba mpoke abasi mongo ke basi abotosen kiyip akedogo anyenam afosenam sene akana amana abono yen kedo nam ntenye tangiko wog amin tangami.
So when your body, when you begin to mature, you see beer. You remember there was a time you know get beer. There was a time I was crying in primary school. I say, waiting I go rub. We buy cream, we rub, we chop big meat so that beer go come. Now beer is everywhere. It is this hormone that makes beer to come out.
Aboke utomong yibero unkonyo nam kiden. Ema na moy poneka etongo tepe ngwaibek enyong etoke etepe mension pomfen.
So that hormone, when it goes to this small prostate, it will cause the prostate to begin to multiply fast. And so when it multiplies fast outside the control of the body, it will bring out something that is small, that is called cancer, which is on its own and behaves like its own. No mama, no papa, no brother, no sister. It behaves anyhow how he likes.
Ebo, na wude na dokmonoka. Utomong yiba mieke koto hormone mi ayadi nam ekpan senedo atongo atoro adiadi isiom boy koto cancer udongo do ke sokota tam pokdo asana no mo.
Sorry, we are still waiting for the media to project it so that you see picture of what I'm saying. Then when it continues in this way, you will notice that because the pipe, there's no pipe here. The pipe, yes, the pipe that carries urine, when you want to urinate, the pipe that carries urine, the prostate is around it like this. So when the prostate will begin to grow like this, it will press on this pipe. And so when a man wants to urinate, he cannot urinate. So, or a man will wake up and urinate 3, 4, 5 times in the night without drinking alcohol, and he doesn't have diabetes. You see him urinating plenty times. Sometimes I have when you bring out your man as a man to urinate, urine shoots out because this thing is pressing on the tube. Urine will now come like small thing, or it can scatter
Abon to me, careful dogo, nkem wooden. Amasium potoricum, abutoricum, icamadocan tum te pom. Ado, udonga can sami a mado, adido, anyedi swaswana, odo tep.
There is something good, very good. God bless you. I think you can see. I don't have a pointer. Look at it. That one that is yellow is the prostate. The one on top is the bladder that carries urine.
Ebo bedo penye na se television on me. Anye go uto ado mpo ekotomi ekpansene anyongoko ado ekpaikam.
You see that thing that passed in the center? That is the pipe that carries urine. So if that one that is yellow presses on it, urine cannot pass easily again.
Ebo mekrenye sena keke taufu odo. Anyedo utoko amadi tiara iye medida kideme monye fi urodo. Anyenam mong itogo ekpaikamako idiati one of all.
Next slide. Can we move on, please, media? All right. That is what we have explained is only in men. Please, can you move on? Yes, you see, this is your balls. What makes us a man? When we talk, they know we are men. This is what produces the testosterone. That is that hormone I talked about that will go to the prostate and take prostate, begin to enlarge. This is your testicles.
This is that
bag that carries urine, and so you can see the problem it is going to have. Is either somebody that was waking up when you didn't drink alcohol and you didn't drink water plenty in the night, especially late at night, and you don't have diabetes. You see somebody waking up 4 times, 5 times in the night, because when you go to urinate, only small, you don't finish. When you go back, you still feel like something is inside. When you sleep 1 hour, you still go back. You see that before you wake up in the morning, you must have gone up to 4 or 5 times to urinate.
Television of Okatero, can I say about Odo? And ye mark a fig, Udoi Kamado. Ke ekpaikam anye anam afuka no toikam aida fo adakada kaninang atoikam ama tok anyongodi anye sokoba ikama manudong atok anyongodi anye sokoba ntikama sokudodong afo sokoba ntru.
And you say, oh, when your wife is telling, look, I went to Akpan and them to buy something, everything is costly, and you feel like you can't wait. You say, madam, wait. You have to rush to the toilet. If you don't rush, it will drop on your pants. That is what causes it.
Abo one for tatangabo. Ke udwam po songodo abo kibaredi de 2,000 naira ken na anyo de kafien afori fefege abanti kamaro ya ubongo ke sisi na madodo.
Next slide. So these are the problems only in men. Women don't have it. So now the question is, why do we have it and what is causing this? Because I know somebody is going to ask me at the end. So let me answer it now. What do we know that caused this? Science does not know what causes it. But there are things we are thinking that may contribute to it. You need to listen at this point. They are divided into 2. The one you have power to control. You see this one, I have to control it too. And the one you don't have any power at all to control. Let me start with the one you don't have power. If you know you're a man, wave at me. Can you change yourself? That's the power to change yourself. So we are men. God bless you. Number 2, when you have a black man, especially we that we are from Africa, from Nigeria, you are at risk. You can't change it now. Nobody you say make them born you for Nigeria. Now your papa born you here. Number 3, age. Will you stop increasing? December is coming now. Some people are buying chicken already. After December, you count, if you're 22 now, you count 23. Or are you going to reduce it?
Ebo mfenedo iswai mana. Nanga fokpono ka aki iswai mana.
What are the things that I have control? That's the one that is very important, and you have to listen to me.
Mkpo nye medo mkpo dogo foke medi mamanam. Iden pangutong.
These are the ones you have control over. You say, see, I'm the one to control this, You control it because it's under you.
Anye medo nye fo buko meke medi mamnam. Si adogo ameke medi nyong mamnam.
Listen very carefully. Number 1.
Akpado.
Diets.
Sefo dia.
You see this your mouth. Inwamfo.
Amekri no amfom.
Watch your mouth, what you eat. Men.
Iden sefo se ma di diado.
Food that has fat. Please. When you get to 40 years, reduce it.
Iden reta kune ne fat. Eta una ma dongo ke fat. Kutaba.
Number 2.
Ayoiba.
Red meat, goat meat, cow meat, bush meat. Men, when you get to 40 years, leave it or reduce it. I have said 2 things. When you say, doctor said we should not eat, it's either you don't eat or you reduce the number of times you eat it.
Iden, ebo unamado ke baga ayibe ntuna menang. Ama akpono woka unamenang mbok imo ibo ikpiyong ibo kutata aba berikbibo kapstete gube.
Because there is so much fat in this meat we mentioned. So when your body converts this fat, it will convert it to that hormone we talked about that is in men, which is called testosterone. And testosterone will go to the prostate and begin to cause trouble for you. So reduce the fat you eat.
Shadow for mata muto na mami asan kidemfo. Idemfo ayake as mongi yibero nyenikikoro omondo ayadi ben adaranam anyeke kosu dongo miefo anam miden.
Doctor, why are you behaving like this now? What do you want us to eat? There is chicken, there is fish.
Doctor, afokpebo ke mintau na menang abontaso ebo unen mmodo iyak mmodo.
God bless you. Number 2 that can cause this problem. Smoking.
Sika.
I'm a boy, I'm a guy, you understand?
No
be for you when you don't reach 40, 50 years.
Sika or Ike.
Cigar or smoking or Igbo act on this thing you're seeing there, and it will begin to enlarge and compress your bladder, and it will not change. It is irreversible.
Ebo sika afo nwongo sankide mfodo o ikedo amaka ayake yeridem ke ekpado ndion anyetongo di ikpoko nangake basi eke boronye.
Another one which I don't know whether to put it, whether we can change it or we cannot change it, is relationship. If your father had cancer, textbook study says that it is possible that you may have cancer of the prostate.
Nkwam fenedo ediye keru etemfo o ubonfo e mai dongo udongo sokotata wo me koto cancer mi a kemerido afonteyen ayanyo dinie.
Another problem is if your sister or your mother had breast cancer. You will see why I told you women that you will not run away from this. If your mother had breast cancer, it is possible that you may have prostate cancer as a man.
Ediye kedogo even a kamfo cancer mi ebogo ake wunwana se na mkeba yekiti umanayen ake merido fo wude na manake to e kamforo ayanyo dinie udongo mi ekote cancer mi.
How do we prevent cancer of the prostate? Is there anybody that will help me with one prevention? This is church. Just one person. All right, ma, please. God bless you. I was expecting another answer. That's why I put that we are Christians here. Number one is to depend on God so much first.
Atak pan po abon tenyini bugo kemin ke bugo abasi ananyen idiani dem idoronyen ke basi.
There were people that didn't take this in and mention. Their parents had cancer, but they don't have cancer. They don't have anyone. It is possible.
Aba monodo anyeni tangami bo akposokodi ntemo mi tanga mengpo tangami e kammo o temo kinyongi dong e kansami ado udongo do sokodi momo.
So being very close to God is possible.
Afodi diani dem ke basi aya unwa
And that
metieti.
is why you came to church today, and that is why we are studying this, because the scripture says that with God nothing is. God bless you.
Ado na mafodi mbgo ntomi si ay ko basi ebo ke basi ke afrefen podo memmem.
You remember that if they bury somebody in our village, after 4 days, the person will begin to smell. Is it not true?
Afo medi ngobo ekpe bu wo mfune museni na ama aboyo aya tebe irontro.
But you remember that Lazarus was in the grave for 4 days and he came up again.
Afo to yo ke Lazarus e ma ebu gonyu seni na anye set.
So staying close to God is important.
Afo di neke ndiana basi aneke nwa
Number
metieti.
2, what she said is another good prevention. All the things we mentioned this afternoon and we said they can cause, we think they can. Stay away from the one you can have power over. Cigar, no be me they buy them. Red meat, no be me they buy them. I will stay away from that so that I hold myself and I stay away from prostate cancer.
Ebo kwe ye medidu wem se mado ketang tredita uname nangami unami kod adokba aka close down ata nanga mama fru namado ya fotre kunyong wong siga ama tredo afu ayaboko.
What are the things I will see? I will begin to tell myself, it looks like prostate disease is coming. What will I see in my body? I say, let me go and see a doctor.
Nse mi mbong kat ndibo abin po doctor do ketang abanga yang ketang wo doctor.
Please listen, I'm going to mention them. Number 1, we had said it. When you begin to urinate in the night more than 3 times, 4 times and above, it shows you that something is happening, especially when you are up to 50 years.
Amado would en go for me wo iswa abaye duop. Afos osedo okone yoket afoka ikam aka yo kanginang ototo amana ka nyebante ikamaro sobu what.
Number 2, when your wife is talking to you and saying, today I don't know why pastor just came to tell us about prostate cancer, and you feel like you want to see a doctor.
Odo fodu to would en do akemido ikamudong fien afoka di tok ado futura da kuda kem poitie ikamaro ma wo won ikbong.
When you feel like, oh, I want to urinate, and you want to rush to the bathroom, before you reach there, it has dropped. You need to see a doctor.
Afotu fefere ke akopo udong ikam uka ntose se tok anyema ubo bongo ana ka doctor.
When you begin to urinate more than once in every 2 hours, you need to see a doctor.
Atongo anie udong di tok ikam kwa awaiba ka ka doctor.
When the way the urine shoots out, boom, it is now small. You need to see a doctor.
Ebo masiom po to ikam abu to ikam afuka nu to ba udapente entiko yene sokebo yang se me yan se me iwood anyeri do to ka ka doctor.
When you go to bathroom, immediately you bring your body as a man, urine will just begin to come. But when you bring your body and it's not, you have to do before urine comes, you need to see a doctor.
Nte tangaro ebo masiom po to ikam te wuden abu to ikam anyeri do se akokon ka ka doctor.
When urine starts, yes, it has started, but it will stop by itself and start again. Like this motor in my village, it was everything no come out. Let me go back. When you finish, you come back again. As you watch, everything no come out.
Afosiom po to ikam abu to ikam afodada mpang po to ikam ado atusan kefong iyi beso ikam yung so kaiso wo.
You dey pee and you when your urine, instead of shooting out like this, it will do like this as if you are using kettle to pour water. You need to see a doctor.
Ado nye do ke ba ntem po ebo kefo asane ikam fo awo nte adong kem po do kompo ani ngo wakukut ka ke doctor.
All right, you can see that child. You see, oh man, I love you people. When they insult us, we go pee on their wall. That is what that child is doing. You see it? The women cannot do it, understand? You just bring it and shoot it on the wall. But when the urine cannot go on the wall again, it's doing like this. You need to see a doctor. Watch it on the
Ebo
television.
kwese ke television no da gado ayakre to go yinero anye do awo phone anye nko iwo phone.
All right. What we are going to do to help ourselves when we notice this, number one, you have to see a doctor, and there are tests they will do.
Ama abu na mempo mi. Ampo ma kan na tapun ofien one cow for ibok ka doctor ke ya nam test.
The test is going to do is to check what this prostate is producing. There is an enzyme that the prostate is producing, which is helping in the sperm the man is using to make children. That thing is called prostate-specific antigen. The doctor has to send you to go and do it when it is more than 4. Normal is 4 and below. When it is more than 4 and it is increasing, doctor will say, let me do other test and find out whether it is from the prostate.
Ebo doctor ma ko se fo tangado abo ya mo inam test akenam kemong yibado ase me mpoy koto omondo asne mpoy koto antigen asne mpomfen idiyo nam fen keset anye ya nam akpero bo yiba itainang adiongo ke anye ya krebo ke fo mpo awunam fen.
I'm going to end now for you to ask questions. Before I end, I want to tell you some things that can confuse prostate enlargement.
Yemedu dokofien idanga ni bugi tremi mba atoro fo bambame keba mempodo akemeke adisugo udongami.
Have you heard about identical twins?
Ameko mpo ebugo manamba edu bieteke.
They look alike. You don't know which one. When this one still meat from the pot, they don't know how to shout because they don't know which one is one. But parents always know anyway.
Ebo keba manamba anyani soki mantiban adugo fuke meke ridiongo menye medo ifyong menye medo item.
There are things that look like prostate disease in the body. Number one is diabetes.
Abantempo abugo ni mbiet ayeneka anye uke mu confuse fien mpo keredo udongikam ekoto diabetes.
What causes diabetes is that when there is glucose, that is sugar, plenty in your blood system, and it is more than the body can handle, you see that glucose, that sugar, will be drawing water, so you will be going to pee all the time. So they look alike, but a doctor needs to break two of them and choose that this one is prostate and this one is diabetes.
Kenye ke koto diabetes mi adon tom mi ke fo media nenang po wong nenang po ata frefre nenang po ke rimboro mi iyimfo adiri do sugar adiangasio aduongo aforido toko.
The next thing that can happen and cause this, and you say, is it this one? Is alcohol. When you take alcohol plenty, alcohol makes your kidney to produce plenty water. So when you drink alcohol plenty, especially in the night, it will make you to wake more than 3-4 times to urinate in the night.
Abasi so songodo baptist sisi wong ukot. Ado ebon tummi akporo foro wong pa amake wong ukot ase wong fofop wong ayeya nyongiki inam utom poro tapuno fien.
Students that read in the night, they can urinate more than 3-4 times, but there is nothing wrong. Because when they are reading their book from 10, 11, 12 o'clock, they are drinking water. So because of that, they can urinate up to 3-4 times. There is no problem about that one.
Akporo foro yenu fongwed adugo mese kon wed okono yo. Ukon wed okono yo se sara witong afong wong na nyong wong odo anyong so to ikam idugo udongo miedo andodo anyong siomong kidem.
Okay, let us stop at that and talk about how do we treat it. It is a doctor that will treat prostate, not a quack, not a chemist.
Ebon tumyong ku dongo e kansami ku kau ku ubom fang wong ke doctor abi ikan ikok udongo mi idugo wo chemist inyong ido amatam amamoman.
It depends on the time you came. The treatment depends on the time you came. If you came early to see a doctor, when you begin to notice all these things we talked about, and the doctor catches it early, the doctor can give you some drugs that will make it to shrink. Remember, we talked about that when prostate is growing big, it will press on this tube. He will give you drugs that will make the prostate to shrink, or that will break what is acting on that hormone, the enzyme that is acting on that hormone, so that it will not act. Doctor will give you drug. But if you present late, it will not be drug again. It will be something else.
Ebo ke na doctor ke medi uno fie ni bong no udong mi ekpado me fo me baraka idara fo nyong ke kan me sai na mi so ke tang e banga mi afo baraka ke doctor idungo na fo ma tie wong mfang afo ke te fon ke se ndie no fo di da kan ndie no ke doctor ake mi di bugi ni esenye kanana.
If you present early also, when it is only within the disease the cancer is only within the prostate, doctor can do operation and remove it. They can do some of operation that you can open the tummy, the lower tummy here, not up here, and remove it. Or they can put something through your penis. This one is called a microsurgery, and they remove it small, they remove it. You go home that day. Anyone they can do. But when you present late, it will not happen, because it would have gone to many parts of your body, and removing it will not be of any benefit again.
Doctor kemeri nyong namun siari dem asiu dongomi a kapo idari dem fomi aka kesio ekpaya nsenedo o ayeni mpo nye bugi sen ebe ne sendo mpo do anye mpo do kap ngwai kwa ni foka kap ngwai tutu nye kwenge.
So these are the things we need to do as Christians. While we are praying, we are also watching. Remember, he didn't say pray. He said pray and watch. So while we are still praying and saying, God, we are watching. So you must see a doctor. You cannot stay at home and you just be waiting. I have lost many people because of prostate cancer. There's one I'm managing now. When he came last month, we saw him. He was the one that walked to us. But when he came back to emergency, he could not walk again. They carried him in wheelchair, and he's not seeing. As I'm talking to you, he cannot see. And again, yesterday he was shouting in his chest because the cancer has left the prostate. It has gone to everywhere in the body.
Kentenye me munudongo nye sokose si anye ba anamuto metie kansado ke ba anye ke die ke fiongo nye boyo ke ko anye ke beni de mo sangadi asanga nye fon berke na ake die wuru anye ko ke nyi ki kanisa ngaba e kansado ama akpondero ado isat ado edem ado iwod tutu nyi fon nom poba.
So we don't want to get to that level, even if we notice that it is cancer. Yes, we can catch it early and treat it, and you still live your life till God calls you. Not when you present and you can't walk again because it has gone to this bone at the back, or you cannot see again because it has gone to the one in the eye, or you begin to breathe like this because it has gone to the muscle that helps you to breathe, or it has gone to other parts of your body. We don't want that case, and that is why we are teaching this.
Ngpo ke tongo ke tuko fube nuku ke doctor nke na amado adaka roiba adaka ronyen afu ke tempo ba aya do frefen ba idem fo anye tongo adiok udok fie ni dem anye idem fo iba ifon nom po ba e ku nam tro tiubet.
And in this way God will help us. I think I'm sparing 5 minutes now for us to ask questions. Thank you so much, ma. Please, questions?
Ebo ya bambamo.
Please, somebody is at the back. Please be ashamed here. Be ashamed here. Ask any question before you become ashamed in the hospital. Please ask any question now.
Udong kan sami. Ite riko mo iba ana yung adi bok tutu yung kemusen. Ikuro basiri ke mentoro kero ayom boiba entari boko kan sami asonguru akan afri boko.
Daddy is saying this cancer that you are talking about, is it really true that there is no cure for it? And number two, why is it that the drugs, cancer drugs, are costlier than any other drug?
Thank you, sir. I am confused the way you are confused, but I will answer. One is that the reason why the drugs are costly, number one, is because currently the people that produce original drug that can help treat it, they have left Nigeria because of tax and other things. So any drug they are bringing from outside is very costly now. That one is understandable. Like the drug we were buying 80,000 naira, which we inject people three months. It is now 250,000 because the people that produce it, they have left Nigeria. I think that's the answer to the second question.
Free book of an 80,000. Kidami, awa 1,000, awa akanado. Siadum bono is okay, emangi borodo. Ato Nangampoba, Nigeria, Emma Yongo, Sodo Nam, a free book, even paracetamol, as also one.
All right, the next question that you asked about, why is it that we cannot treat it? I said we can treat it, and it depends on the time you came. If you come early, when it is still within the prostate, we will do operation and remove it. And then we can give you some drugs that will stop it from enlarging, from multiplying again. Then, if you present late, when it has gone to other parts of your body, we cannot treat it. We manage your life so that you can live a little longer again. It doesn't have treatment. So I explained two ways.
Ikibo, akeni ni efukara kekade a doctor. Akbenyo aka kida fotongo keken mempo itangami. Kenye yakan, anyongo diongo nanganam, nanganyeke tatangu worodo. Ndien, edieke fukara ke mado, inie aka isongpodo, asanga, ado freedom for kenye bukikani ni esenam.
All right, please, do you understand, sir? God bless you.
Daddy, emeko.
Ah, okay, please. Let's take a few questions, please. See Daddy here. Okay.
You talk about 2 or 3 things that causes cancer: red meat, cow meat, or thereabout, and smoking. I want to ask, which of these areas is faster in one affecting cancer? Is it smoking? Is it eating red meat? Which is faster? Number 2 is when one is getting old or older, then I think I was told that the P reduces, as it can drop just like that when one is getting older. Is it true? Those are the things I want to know.
One,
that should be natural.
Not true. It is not true that when you begin to get older and nothing happened to the tube, that it will reduce. It is not true. No, the other question you asked about is yes, we cannot tell. There is no study anywhere which one kills faster. It depends on the frequency. Like somebody that takes gave as if it is on its own. And so we can't tell whether it is cigar, alcohol. We can't tell. So what we are...
Doctor, thank you. What you are telling us has given us more knowledge about it. But this is the question that I want to ask. Now, sometimes, which part of, you were saying that cancer is like inbuilt, but which part of our body that cancer settle? Another thing, can cancer come through attack?
God bless you. You are a real Aquaromite. I like that question. One is that cancer of the prostate settles in many places, like I explained. The first place it goes is at the bone of the back. And if it goes to this bone called backbone or spine, if it goes to that place, because the wire that is helping you to walk, to do like this, helping your muscles, they are all coming from that spine, from that back. Before they went down, when it goes to the spine, it will now cause bone that they are like this. This one will now collapse on top of this one and press on that nerve. So you see somebody saying, I cannot walk again. Oh, I cannot walk again. Oh. It goes to the spine bone. That's number one. Number two, it can go any other part of the body, but it can go to the chest. That's the second. When it goes to the chest, the muscle that is inside that divides this tummy and this chest is called a diaphragm. It looks like polythene. When it goes there, because that organ is the one you are using to breathe, it will now make you to be breathing. And you begin to say, my chest, oh, I'm having chest pain. Number three, if it goes to your eyes, it will close the tubes that carry blood and affect even the muscle also. And so you cannot see. You begin to see, if it is like this, you see, when it is afternoon, you see it as if it is darkness. And many other parts of the body. Any body part it goes to, it manifests the function that part of the body is for there, and then it will disrupt it. That is what it does.
Asana kero aya benenye asanga afokat aya nam akpo sanga de medo adogonie mponte roba adianga keke dieke aya collapse ammo akpo nye medi diana ye kpo nye awi kanisa abon kanan sanga bawo okperi do asaba gbanyo benenye sanga anya di do sanfo afu no inwere ba adibo inwere mbobo akpedo itie kere oro kenye do kokide mfo afu ya nyo kenye ya keta itie rokpo.
The last question, can it come from attack? We usually say that what you believe is what happens to you. There is no record anywhere that cancer goes by attack. But if your mind tells you that this man that is eyeing you, that is living by the side, he wants to attack you, it will begin to happen in your body. Many of us here, they have dropped charm for us. We ate charm. When we were drinking Coke with them, they put it, we drank it, and we were moving. Why? Because we have greater power. He that is in you is greater than he that is in the world. And when you believe it, it works like this for you.
Jesus Christ akama ke dai wa wo e won boysen e so do do wem nkonte ke ri na ma ado se fo kwenyo kere bo ke wo ke mu wod fien then fo nyo akere ke wo ro ke mu wod.
So look at yourself how big you are. You see how big you are. If you want to attack that your neighbor, you will attack him very well. Can't you attack him? So he does not have power more than you. So don't think anybody is attacking, because when you attack them, they will run away.
Utonye ake kanche manake buko mpong ya twak e boke fo pe kana ne ke twak iforodo ke ya pa ikanu na mfien to. But
when you believe it in your heart, even if doctor packs all the drugs and give to you, it will not work, because your heart is saying attack. Let me give you an example. When a patient comes to hospital and we give drug that's supposed to treat that thing is complaining, it no work. We give that drug again, it no work. When it keeps coming and coming, we will look for ordinary drug like vitamin C. We can remove it and give the person, remove it from the pack and give the person and say, take this drug, or make sure you don't miss it. The patient will come back and say, hey doctor, I'm fine, ordinary vitamin C. Why? Because his mind was what was telling him that it was there.
Even to make us for young case of Kevin, no way said you for one, if I do boy for many walk, if I know boy for boys, if I know, a camerinon boy go to placebo, come more, you know, fear no one. Doctor, anye mene keron sisen songa rurunkan siafu ma unam kesen anwon ede musa doctor ibodo ma wo.
Mama, God bless you. Any other question?
Yes. Well,
I don't know whether you have found out that prostate, not cancer, prostate is more prevalent in the south than in those who carry this nama about. Because you talked about the red meat, the meat of cows and so on. We discovered that the Fulanese or we have heard that the Fulanese and the Hausa people have less of prostate cancer than some people in the south. I don't know whether you have heard of it. If it is so, why? They carry the nama. Maybe we eat more nama than what? Than they are eating. That's why we are having more prostate than they have. All right. Sorry. You may just shed light of it if you have gotten something.
God bless
there.
you, sir. I like that question. Number one is that I have not read that it is more with our people here than they have not. But if I want to go by what he has said, let me tell you, there is no record. I went to Jos to do operation, and I saw many people coming for operation. Less than, in fact, I was working at Britam before, VVF. And I noticed that people that are leaking urine here, they are just 1/10 of only the people I saw in Jos. I never talk about other places in Hausa. So, anybody bringing that data may be wrong, except it is a proven data. And again, I want to tell you, number two is that, remember, it is not only red meat that is causing this. There are other things I mentioned. And then, you know, we have attitude of eating anything here. Hausas don't do like that. If an Hausa man says, when you are sick, go to hospital and buy drugs, they will not buy drugs from chemists. But here, immediately you say malaria, typhoid, as if they are husband and wife, chemists will go and buy. And any drug that contains calcium or any food that contains plenty calcium also causes prostate to enlarge and can also throw up cancer. So it's not only red meat per se. There are many other things that join together that can cause it to be prevalent.
Doctor, boki mo mai ka bio sano ikinamo operation ke ikpibe ni se operation si na mumi ke akudoro adombaka akukangyenem adombaka ke kudoro kini ngido imo ikitang iboke uname na ikbongo se aname kansa amio adoki imai siang mempom fene idian ke woke na muto ibarado akedo ndudwe.
God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Doctor. Okay, thank you, sir. You have said things about with God nothing shall be impossible. And you have said that, oh, when the cancer exceeds a certain time. Okay. You said also that when the cancer exceeds a certain time, the doctor can do nothing about it. That is sentencing people to death. But with God, something can be possible. Now, there are people also who have said so much about the natural causes. Natural preventions or natural what do you call it in medicine? Healing. Using natural things, herbs, fruits, and so on. Even when you have reached a state where you may call terminal. And there are people who have been managing the cancer for many years. In fact, almost 20. Sir, I don't know, what is your position? Let me ask it that way. About the natural things. that people have confessed?
All right, God bless you, sir. The first thing is that there is no doctor in this earth. I'm sorry, nobody will correct me, and I'm saying the truth. There is no doctor that has the sole power to tell a patient, this sickness, you are going to die, and it works. No matter what the doctor knows, it is the doctor will interpret and say, the people that have had this disease, they didn't live long, but he cannot dictate when the person will die. God can decide to make the person live again 2, 3 years, 4 years. It's possible. We are not doubting that. But we are trying to say what we have seen over years and what literature and science carry. And so we want to use it and be wise, because the scripture says that people of this world are wiser. Why are they wiser? Because they look at things again and again, and that's what we are trying to do. We are not saying when somebody is placed death sentence, you are going to die, it is cancer, it has gone everywhere, that the person will die. No doctor has that power. But we are trying to say that when it gets to this extent, what we have seen happen in many persons, it was not an easy thing. It's either it will cause this one and cause this one, and finally the person will go. But we still believe that the work of God, the man that is talking to you, they were carrying me to mortuary, and I woke up again, and I'm talking today. It happened in 2003, and today I am standing, and nothing has happened. We are not doubting what God can do, but we are trying to explain that if we delay until when it begins to go to different parts of the body, that it is not usually easy to treat it at that point. That's number one. Number two, before she will interpret, the natural healing, they work perfectly well. I'm not talking about the one that people made. I'm talking about natural food, taking fruit. Like here in Akwa Ibom, we take a lot of vegetable and other things. They work very well. But when it comes to the issue of herbal mixture, what is the other one that we are selling 18,000 in bottle? All those supplements. I say no to that. Let me tell you why I will say no to that. There was a girl in my church, very close, pastor's wife, and the husband came to me to ask that the wife has been disturbing. The wife had bought GNLD. Have you heard about that one? Up to 180,000 naira and swallowed, because they told her that she had fibroid. I told him, sir, this fibroid will grow big, because there are a lot of things in the supplement. As this one is trying to help the fibroid, this one is making the fibroid to grow big. And the wife didn't hear. Fortunately, God helped them. White people came here for outreach, and they went for operation. When they opened the woman, the biggest fibroid they brought was bigger than my head. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the truth. They were up to 64. The biggest was bigger than my head. And why? Because she was taking supplements. If you are taking natural fruits, natural vegetable and other things, no problem. But it is also good you see a doctor.
Adoke mo ibu mai inyem meyefo ke imo imi bobo ke intem fanga ikorodo ntenyere mi erugi mi nienkong iniem mensionsio fruit anyele soki mfree anyele soki diami ikpidiado anyerugo anye basero anama kefon ariru onye bubu sobo.
I think about you, so depend on it. Remove your eyes from
maybe further questions. Please, you can put down the question or see him